Hi guys, back with another video. As you can tell by the title, as usual, we are doing a 1 week in my 2025 planners update. Did the lineup stay the same? Did it change? What did I decide to use? Let's jump in. Let's start with something easy. This is the A5 Take a Note Planner that I am using for my work to-do list. I already knew I was going to love this planner. I used this all year last year and it worked out perfect. That's why I wanted to use it once again. I do have a setup video of this, but jumping into how it's been working perfect. Don't want to change it and have absolutely no plans of changing this planner for my work to-do list. So this is what last week looks like. It is January 7th, by the way, when I'm filming this. So it's like a week into the new year. I just do to-do lists in this planner on every single day. It makes it easy to migrate things that need to get migrated. This is what the current week is looking like. My kids go back to school on the 8th. And I thought this chocolate milk theme would be cute and perfect for this week. I don't know if the kids still have chocolate milk in school. I know growing up we had the option of chocolate milk, so I just thought this one would be perfect for the week. But yeah, I already knew this one was gonna work and I just love it. This is just perfect for work things. All right, moving in, let's talk about this planner that I didn't even mention in the lineup because I forgot that I had it, I should say. This I purchased last year, 2024, or possibly even in 2023, because this is dated, or I started to date it from 2024. This is an undated 5-year diary from Midori, I believe. And it's just a nice, solid notebook, and this is what the blank pages look like. It has a date on one page. It has 5 years worth. The area to write is super small. So back when I started, or back when I thought about doing a 5-year diary, there was it the Hobonichi 5-year, where it's like the days are on this page and then this whole page is blank. I think it's the Hobonichis, but I thought that would have been way too much space. I wouldn't have known what to do with the right side, and so I found this on Amazon, and it's super simple. It's undated, so really you could start it whenever you want, but as you can see, 2024 I fell off, and I actually fell off on February 2nd of last year, and I didn't do the rest of it. I have a feeling I could, if I really wanted to, go back and fill in everything. I did journal pretty well last year, as well as I could look back on pictures and things like that, but I did fall off. But this is just what it looks like, and I have started this again actually for 2025, and it's just nice because I don't feel like I have too much space, so I don't feel like I have to write too much if I don't want to. So I don't know, I did pull this out again because I found it as we were doing musical rooms in the house, and I kind of forgot about it, but I have added that to the lineup. That one was not in my 2025 planner lineup video. All right, moving on is my pocket Filofax. I did talk about this one. This one is like a companion to my not my Hobonichi cousin, my journey planner, because this holds pre-planning inserts as well as a bunch of lists and just sections that I would like to have on a yearly basis, but it doesn't quite work in a bound book planner. So in here is my pre-planning inserts, which this is what I am using. This is a pocket nude Filofax, and these inserts are from Dear Paper Plans. It's very simple. It's just a week on one page, and this is where I go in and jot down anything in the future that's happening. And I also use these pages usually on Saturday or Sunday. I try to sit down and fill out what I know what's going on for the week, even just the simple things. Hello Monday, laundry days, although Fridays, just simple things like that. I also jot down Jaden's schedule in here, so I pull this out when I am ready to pre-plan using stickers for the week in my journey planner. But this is mainly used as a pre-planner. I do also have extra sections in here, which I did just end up using the tabs that came with it, or the dividers that came with the planner. The next section I have is a vacation section, which I just mainly use to plan out our staycations at at Aulani, since we do have a DVC membership. The next section is a like a project section, I would say. I don't use these too often, which this probably would have came in handy when we were doing musical rooms, but I just used my phone. It was a little bit easier since it was so chaotic. But so like this one says Christmas time, everything that needed to get done to decorate for Christmas. This is old, so pocket inserts needed, and this was when I was planning out what inserts that I needed for this pocket planner that couldn't fit in my, well, Hobonichi cousin at the time. And then the next section is my wish list section, and I just have it broken down by category. And then I have another list section, which this is more like things that I can reference back on, so dinners, places that I want to eat. The Christmas lists were in here, which I need to take out now. Song lists, just a bunch of random lists, and then I believe I have passwords in there. So this is just a companion. I only need this planner when I need it, and that's what I tell myself. If I do switch to A6 rings for the year, or at any time this year, really, I would no longer need this planner because everything would be in my A6 rings, which is still kind of set up how I need it. But as of right now, I am currently using that. Moving on to this notebook. Actually, it's not a planner, but this is a Hobonichi weeks sized notebook that I found on AliExpress. I did cover it with a paper bag because this is the color of the planner or the notebook, and this is my listing planner. In my planner lineup video, I did share this notebook as well as this Kinbor A6. It's almost like a Hobonichi dupe. I'll put that off to the side. We'll talk about this one first. And I mentioned doing to-do lists, or actually I don't remember what I mentioned, but this did end up being a to-do list planner, and I took it for a test run. I know this does say 2025, but I did take it for a test run in December, starting at December 2nd. That was probably a Monday, that's why I started it. I'm not too sure, but this is literally just a to-do list planner, and here is all of the pages here. I decided to remove my everyday to-do list that I used to write in the weekly section of my then cousin into the journal planner. I decided to remove that and just make a notebook just for listing. There's something that I like about the Hobonichi week size and this little 2-column system that I have going on here. There's something just really satisfying about this. My to-do list in my cousin planner would be a bunch of repetitive things that I did every single day that I didn't want to put in the sidebar, that I physically wanted to write out every single day and be able to check off, and that's where this comes into play. This is taking its place. So as you can see, some things are just very repetitive. Makeup, make bed, AM routine, turn off lights, drop off. So there's a lot of things that are just very repetitive day to day, and I like it like that. I like being able to physically check those off every single day. I like to write, and so this gives me an excuse to write. Makes it easy because anything that didn't get done the day prior, I can move it over. Some of these things are repeated in my weekly stickery section in my, well, again, then cousin, now journey planner, and that's okay with me because I don't like to check off things in that weekly section. And this allows me a nice brain dump either the night before or the morning of to really get a sense of everything that I want to get done for the day that can be checked off. And so I love it. Every day I choose a random sticker. I don't care if it matches or not. Whatever I'm feeling for the day, I put a random sticker down, and then these date stickers are available as $2 Tuesday sheets. January and February overstocks are in the shop. Unfortunately, today is Tuesday as I am filming this, and it is also $2 Tuesday, which is when the March ones got released. So those will be, the overstock of those will be in the shop at the beginning of February, I believe. As these gain more popularity, I'll probably end up bringing them to the shop after they have it released as $2 Tuesdays, but I have been getting a lot of questions about these date stickers, and I actually want to say January might be sold out, but I'm not too sure. But anyways, so as you can see, I don't care what stickers I pull. It just depends on my mood for the day, really. And I love it because I can just keep continuing on. There's no wasted space in this planner whatsoever. For here, like you see, it says Alani, and I knew I wouldn't have a to-do list for that day because we leave it early in the morning. And so I still wanted to mark it, and I didn't want there to be a gap between days. I know as the year goes on, there'll probably be gaps on days that I'm just not feeling a to-do list or I'm not feeling well. So yeah, but because I knew this was going on, I wanted to mark it. I knew that we'd still be at Aulani in the morning of December 15th, so I just kind of marked it with all the home things and just reminding myself that I had to get a lot of stuff done that day, but it's a little bit different because we weren't home in the morning. So this is my to-do list notebook. I do call it a notebook because, I mean, technically it could be whatever you want it to be. I do call it my listing planner, but it is a notebook off of AliExpress. I will leave this one linked down below. When I bought it, it was less than $5. I believe it's a little bit more than $5 now, but yeah, it's been working perfect. Here is the current day. I picked a coffee sticker for today, and yeah, I just like that I can just keep on going. I do mark the middle of the page with a pencil so I don't go into it, and yeah, I absolutely love this thing. I don't see this changing anytime soon. On the same note as this, I mentioned in my planner lineup that one of these would have been the to-do list planner. Like I said, took this for a test run in December, absolutely loved it, continued on through January, but because I had this, I wanted to try it out, and this started January 1st. So I did do a to-do list for January 1st in here, and I was planning to try it out for a week and just double writing everything, but after January 1st, I realized I didn't like all of the extra space. I was like, oh, maybe I can write something about the day or how the to-do list went, but that's not what I want to do because I have my daily journal. And I just realized that I didn't like the look of this empty space here. This one I can just continue on and on and on, and there's no empty space. And yeah, so this is off to the side for now. I don't have any plans for this planner at the moment, but this was a cheap planner. I want to say this was less than $5 also. This is a Hobonichi dupe, but it is by Kinbor off of AliExpress. If you're curious about the Hobonichis and seeing if those layouts will work for you, Kinbor has dupes, I think, for the A5 as well as the Hobonichi Weeks. So I do suggest, if you're curious, this gives you the same layout, not the same paper, but I will say this paper is very, very smooth, and I really enjoyed writing on it with my gel pen. I don't know what a fountain pen or highlighters would do or how it would do on this paper. I've never done a pen test, but if you want to just at least see if the layout would work for you, the Kinbors on AliExpress are a very cheap dupe. Alright, that's done. Now moving on to the final planner, which is the Journey Planner, which is new for me because I was using a cousin for the past 2 years. Well, kind of fully all last year, and then like off and on I think in 2023. I don't remember. Anyways, I decided to switch to the Journey Planner. I do have an explanation video. I do have a video setting this up, but I'm talking about a different subject over that video. But I do talk a little bit about this planner in the 2025 lineup, so I'm not going to go too much in depth about the planner layout, just how it's working. I did migrate my stickers over from my other planner. Like I mentioned in a post, if you like it, don't change it, it's fine. So these exact stickers were on my last year's planner, and I just moved them onto here because I love it so much, and it's very simple. There's my cover page. So I know my first page is my tracker. I'm going to pull it off camera for just a sec, and the tracker page is working perfect for me. I used to print out a tracker on sticker paper and put it on the first page in the daily section as a tracker, but now that this is in here, I love it so much. This is the meal planning section where I decided to write my 3 kids' names, write a little blurb about them for the day, if they said something funny, if they did something, if just anything really. And then the snack section I use to write our actual dinner menu in hopes that I will continue doing our dinner menu for the months ahead. I slacked off a lot the second half of the year last year. I wrote a January dinner menu as a jokingly funny kind of Christmas gift for my dad, and hopefully that'll kickstart me in keeping that up. But I know I was struggling in that last video trying to figure out how I wanted to cover the breakfast, lunch, and dinner with my kids' names. I did not want to white it out. I did not want to put a sticker because I don't want this area to bulk up. So yeah, we're still figuring it out. I chose a black pen for this current week. We'll see how well, I mean, it looks a little bit better than the green, but I'm still like messing around trying to figure out how I want to do that. All right, so that section is working perfect. I am going to pull off camera once more. In my setup video, I did set this up with you, and I figured out the way to film these monthly setups is to just put the stickers down on the events that's happening, just not writing it in to keep it private, because I would post or upload this video before the month came or the beginning of the month. So yeah, it's all filled out, ready to go. I keep it very simple and just a pre-planner for the month. Moving on to the weekly section. I did film this week. I don't know if this video will go first or that one, but as you see, Monday and Tuesday are missing because I did fill that out in my Hobonichi cousin. I wanted to start this one completely fresh on the 1st. So yeah, I did film it, so it's kind of like a split plan with me, but in one video, because those are in my cousin, and this is of course in the journey planner. But I do love how it turned out. I could have easily started this on the 30th, but like I mentioned, I just wanted everything to start on the 1st and the other one to end on the 31st. Looks a little funny, but I mean, clearly you can see it's January 1st. A little sneak peek at next week. I went very simple and very different, and I am just using a piece of washi tape and some Mama's Minimal sticks. These are the clear stickers, in hopes that I can switch up my spreads every so often so this area doesn't get too chunky with these kinds of stickers. And the clear stickers are just a lot thinner, so I do plan on sprinkling in these types of spreads every so often so it doesn't get too chunky. All right, moving into my journaling section, here is how it is going. I have journaled every single day so far this month. I am a little, okay, so this is my go-to fountain pen, ink, and pen combo, which is this Sailor one that I got on Amazon, and the ink is from Kaweco, and I say Kaweco because of the Hawaiian language, but I'm assuming it's Kaweco, which is this one right here. Here we pronounce our W's if it's like in the middle of a word as V's, and so that's why I've always referenced this brand as Kaweco, but I'm pretty sure it's Kaweco. Yeah, the Hawaiian language, a lot of W's are pronounced as V's. So when you hear Hawaii or Hawaii, those are both correct to pronounce. I mean, okay, a lot of local people and people who live here make it easy and just say Hawaii. Correct pronunciation would be Hawaii or Hawaii if we're getting even more technical. But yeah, I digress. Back to the actual planner. I feel like this paper has a bit more shadowing than my cousin. I think this is the year that everybody was switching to the Sanzen paper from Tomoe River paper. And I know there was issues with some of the planners and the shadowing was a little bit extra and bleeding through was an issue. I'm not blaming this planner company because I really do think it, or I believe that it sits on the people that have produced and made the paper itself, and it's just whether you got a bad batch or not. As you can see, there's a lot of shadowing, and shadowing, I mean, I can deal with. I feel like it's a bit worse than last year when I was using my cousin, because towards the end of the year I was using this exact combo and it wasn't this bad. Like some parts, I mean, it can be a little bit bothersome in some parts. But what really got me is that you can see how light my highlighter is. And there is some spots that actually bled through on the planner. Granted, this is a bit of an inkier highlighter, but the color is just so light. I was not expecting the bleed through and the shadowing of just this highlighter alone. Again, not the planner maker's fault. I feel like it lands on this paper and just people having some issues with it. But I mean, I can get over the shadowing. Fountain pens are my favorite to use when journaling because I hold my pen really tightly, and fountain pens allow me to write a lot longer without my hands getting sore. but I don't know if I can get past how bad some of this shadowing is. It is pretty dark, I will say. Fountain pens are inky, but some of it was like bleeding through, and I don't remember having that much of an issue in my cousin. Again, I know everybody switched papers, and I'm pretty sure that cousins are also having some of the same issues. It's just a matter if you got a bad batch of the paper. But I think the main thing that I was thinking was that this highlighter is just a very light color, and to be able to see it on the back side was not my favorite. But I will say I did switch to a gel pen. This is a Pilot Juice Up in 0.4, so it is a very thin pen, as you can see, compared to the page prior, and you do have just a little bit of shadowing, not too bad. And then I used a brown Pentel Energel Clenna, and as you can see, there is shadowing on the back of that one also. Not too bad. It really just lies with a fountain pen that I was using, but I do prefer using a fountain pen. And it just, I don't know, I think I need to do a lot of pen tests in here in the back just to see what it would look like. A part of me was thinking maybe I should go back to the cousin, but again, if it's a bad paper batch issue, what if I got a cousin that had this same like intensity of shadowing? Then it would be pointless, and I just spent $120 on planners that have the exact same paper. So I don't know, I'm just a little bit torn. I mean, I can go back to using gel pens, but like I mentioned, my hand gets sore when I do write for a long time. Maybe I just have to break up my journaling for the day, which sometimes I do, but I don't know, it's just a bummer. But other than that, I've been loving this planner so much. The sections work perfect. The more blank slate of the pages itself is really appealing. There's no color. It's just, even on the weekly section as well as the monthly, there's no color. It's just really clean looking. But I don't know if the shadowing and the bleed through is going to steer me away from this. Do I try out a Hobonichi cousin again to see if I have these same issues? I don't think I can get away from the shadowing. Like I said, my Hobonichi cousin last year, it did shadow, just not as much as this one. But still, nonetheless, I absolutely love this planner. No hate to the planner company. It's just, it has to do with the paper. Yeah, that's that. I'm just torn. Do I try a cousin in hopes that the paper's a little bit better? I don't know. I don't know if this is bothersome enough for me at this point, but I don't know. I guess we'll see as the year goes on. I will do updates if anything does change, but still absolutely love this planner. I love this planner for work. My listing planner has been amazing. This is my companion planner. Only need it when I need it. Works perfect exactly for what I need, and I'm going to try and keep up with this 5-year diary. We'll see how it goes. I don't know if I will, but I'm definitely going to try, especially because I kind of have this planner routine down in the morning. Now that my office is split and the way that it's set up now, my morning routines are just perfect. I wake up even a little bit earlier now. I do my makeup, which is actually right behind me, spin my chair around and get to planning for the morning. Did mention it previously, but I do plan on filming like a morning routine, my planners, because I kind of do the same thing every morning. So maybe that video will be filmed next, but I did want to do a little update a week into 2025. It might be a little bit early to do one of these, but I feel like after a week in your planners, you kind of get into the groove of things, see what's working and what's not, because that's exactly what happened for me. But anyways, that is it for this video. How are you doing with your 2025 planner lineups? Is it staying true to what you had planned? Have you switched things already? Let me know down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you always so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in my next one. Bye guys.